The Sims 4 has two new kits being released today, the Party Essentials Build Kit and the Urban Homage Cast Kit. And I realize they make kits so often that it is very possible that you didn't even know these had been announced. So don't worry, I'm gonna walk you through everything that comes in these kits. The goal with this video is to go through everything that comes in both kits and then kind of decide whether or not it seems like they're worth buying, specifically in comparison to all of the other kits that we have, because one could argue that no kits are worth buying. But that is not the purpose of this video. We're just gonna talk about these two kits in relation to all of the other ones. In full transparency, I don't get early access to these kits. I'm not even gonna accept a free code for these kits. They were meant to release about 3 minutes ago, so I'm sitting here just refreshing the EA app waiting to buy them. Well, now's a good time for me to explain to you what I mean by this. So the cast kit that's coming out today, the Urban Homage kit, is actually a collab with a creator called EBONIX. And this is really cool because she got to basically completely design all of the items that are coming into the kit, down to like being inspired by pieces that she has in real life and things that are important to her. And I feel like The Sims really thrives on collabs, especially with these kits. It's really cool to hear from Simmers directly and see what they care about and what they want in their games. And I think that arguably they oftentimes know a little bit better than EA does what they should be adding to the game. All of the best kits that we have were collab kits, so I am really looking forward to this one. But if you are going to buy these kits today, I really encourage you to use code EBONIX at checkout. When creators collaborate on these kits, they do get paid, but they get paid a flat fee. They don't make any portion of sales or anything like that. But if you use her creator code, she'll get a 5% commission on the purchase. So it's a really good way to help support her, especially if you like the pack. I guess you wouldn't know if you like the pack because you wouldn't have bought it yet, but we're gonna go through it, okay? I'll show you everything in it. Okay, the packs are installing and it shouldn't take very long because it's just a couple of tiny kits. And then we'll pop into the game and I'll show you everything in both of them. Well, saying that, it actually downloaded the build kit really quickly, but it's having a slightly harder time with the cast kit. It wouldn't be a kit release day video without some sort of EA app problem though, would it? Because there's always something going on. I don't know what to do about this. When I try and refresh the page, nothing happens. Like, it just continuously prepares and won't download. And I can't even open my game because if I try, it's like you have to wait until it finishes downloading. So we're kind of just stuck, I guess. I don't know. I just love the EA app. I'm so glad that this always happens every single time. Okay, I got it to stop and I fixed it just then by going to help and then app recovery and then telling it to clear my cache, and then it stopped the constant preparing. I don't think it's installed the cast kit yet, but I'm just gonna go into game and do the build kit first. And then maybe by the time we're finished, the cast one will start working. I think I'm more excited about the cast one anyway, so maybe it's better to save the best one for last, assuming that it decides to install, which I don't know what to expect from that. But anyway, welcome to the Sims 4 Party Essentials Kit. So this is the build kit that came out today, and this one is meant to have a bunch of like party furniture. The two key features are celebrate anything. These decorations don't just fade into the background, not even the backdrops. Coordinate with matching pieces or mix and match to create the perfect mood for any occasion. And every day's a party. This kit has all the essentials your Sims need to share some good times. Throw a birthday party, a big bash complete with a disco ball, or a chill hangout session with friends. I don't know who has confetti cannons for a chill hangout session with friends, but okay, sure. I'm just gonna build a big box in the back of this place so that I can look at everything, and we'll filter by party essentials. It looks like it's not a huge pack, which I'm not really surprised by. First things first, we have this Partyscape dining table. So this looks like a table with a tablecloth on it, and you know what? This is a relatively simple tablecloth as well. That's not bad. We have a couple of tablecloth tables, but they're kind of patterned, or they're like really fancy, like think the big round tables with like tons of linens. And these are kind of a little bit much for like an everyday house situation. They look more like a wedding venue to me. This is kind of nice. Even if you don't use it for a party, it might be kind of cute to have a tablecloth just in your Sim's house. I think I'm pleasantly surprised by that because I wasn't really expecting to see a lot of items that are useful outside of just a party. We also have this really nice centerpiece food pedestal, and this is a striking way to display your cake, desserts, or other tasty snacks. I'm actually gonna test that. I'm gonna cook something and then I'll have Stanley go test it out and see if they can grab food from it still easily. All right, I've got two things. He's got turkey that he can try and eat, which I feel like should work fine. But mostly, I want to know if he can actually use this to add birthday candles, okay? No, it has to be in the center of a table. So you cannot use this to actually age up, which is what I thought. You can use it to display the cake, but if you want to have your sim age up, you have to move it back down and then blow out the candles. So that's kind of annoying. Not surprised, but I am disappointed. The minimalist dance floor. Oh my god. It's an invisible dance floor. Wait a minute. The way that I have been wanting this for so long, I didn't know they were gonna do that. That's so useful. So in live mode, you can't see it. If you hover over it, you can, but that way you can click on it and you can like have your sim dance. I don't have any music on, but they can dance there and not have to have one of those big, giant, ugly dance floors. Oh, that alone makes this way more worth it than I thought it was going to be. All the other dance floors that we have, they're fun, but they're like a lot and they're kind of hard to fit in with other spaces. This being invisible is so good. I'm so glad they did that. That's such a helpful feature for people to play with. My favorite item is the invisible dance floor. You can't even see it, and that's the best one. Okay, we also have a few decorations. We have this party on wall poster. This is only 20 simoleons. It's nice and simple, and it looks like it sizes up okay, so that seems nice. We got this kind of cute party sign. Those little stars look really weird. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try to ignore it. It comes in a few different colors, lots of just stars and balloons. Oh, fun! Oh, there's like a pretty garden one. You know what? Oh, look at the little rainbow. This is actually kind of nice. I like the idea of putting a sign up to decorate for your Sims party. Not obsessed with the textures, but it could be worse. This one is like a ceiling streamer item, so it slots to the ceiling, and that actually looks pretty cool from inside the house. We don't have a lot of stuff like this, and the stuff that we do is all from Seasons and kind of big. There's 2 rainbows and one's kind of pastel, and then it comes in a few solid colors. This is pretty good actually. That's nice and simple, and I guess if you really wanted to, you could probably use that in a kid's room or something. We also have a bunch of confetti just on the floor. I was wondering if this was going to be a floor item or if it was going to be from a confetti cannon. That's not too bad because it's just on the floor. You can kind of customize where it goes and also what it looks like. There's mostly plain ones. Look at those 2 little rainbow versions. Those are pretty cute. And guess what? It is extremely easy to clean up as well because you just have to pick it up. We also got this balloon bouquet, which comes in a lot of those same colors. I really like how they have a couple different rainbow variants. I guess this isn't really rainbow, but you know what I mean. We have a couple different variations. These are a lot nicer than a lot of the balloons that we have in the base game. We also got some streamers on the wall. Annoyingly, they only come for short wall height. So if you wanted to use them, you have to use them on the short wall height mostly. But that's cool because you can use it to continue the ceiling ones. So you can like have this go all the way across the ceiling and then put it down the wall. And that actually looks pretty good, I think. Then we have this Simstagram worthy drape. This is just a big wall piece. It kind of has like disco vibes and a bunch of different colors. So the intention with that, I guess, is to have like some sort of backdrop for taking selfies with your Sims. But I feel like you could potentially also just use that behind a bed or something. You could like line a wall with it. It might be kind of cool for a teen's room somehow. We have this LED party strip. Oh, really weird. So it's like an LED light, but they have a lot of light coming down the wall. Because you compare that to like the LED light strip from high school years. This one's an actual light strip. Even if I make that into a color, it doesn't really go down the wall like this. This item is kind of weird. I don't really know how I feel about that. I guess when you put it across an entire wall, it's kind of cool. You can put it on top of brick or something. I don't know. That's interesting. I just wasn't expecting anything like that. So it's a little bit different than I thought, but it is kind of a cool way to decorate. Is it actually a light? No, it's not a light. So that probably looks better if you play on lower settings because it's not a light, it's just a wall item. And it does actually look pretty cool. Like the way that lighting is going down the wall is kind of interesting. I've never really thought about using that for a party, but it might be kind of cool to do like, you know, a teen's room or like a restaurant with some cool lighting. That's definitely interesting. Then we got this giant LED strip. I guess LED strip's not right. It's like LED light sculptures. Oh, cow plant. That's really weird. The way that it's like completely flat. They made it come off the wall instead of being attached to the wall, but it looks really strange from a lot of angles. So I'm not super sold on that one. We also got these luminescent ribbons. These are kind of cool. This will be really fun for decorating bedrooms with. I can see myself using this a lot too. Oh, look at the pretty heart one. I like the pink. That's kind of cool. This is a party starters balloon pile. It's like balloons that have fairy lights attached to them. I don't really know about that. It's kind of weird, I guess I'll use it for stuff like this. Then we have actual balloons that are hung up on a stand. Makes a bit more sense. We got this cups and straws station that's not actually a drink tray. It's just decorative, but it looks, honestly, that drink in there looks thick. It looks like melted cheese or something. Do you know what I mean by that? Interesting. Very interesting item. I don't really know about that. It looks like soft serve ice cream or like yogurt. It looks like there's yogurt in there. That's kind of what the vibes are. We did get snack clutter too. So there's some plates and like some Pringles, I guess. This is a party light. I'm curious what sort of lighting effects this item has. Oh, I think it's just a light. I don't think it has any effects. It's just a little floor light, I guess. Let me delete the ceiling light so I can see it better. Or the whole room, oops. Yeah, it's just a light. Okay. Well, it did say it was just a light. This one should be a little bit more interesting. This one should have like some more party energy to it. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's fun. That'll be nice for community lots too. You could use that in like a bar or like a nightclub or something. We do have a couple things like that, but it doesn't hurt to have another one. And this one's kind of got some simple vibes to it. It comes in a lot of plain colors. Not that you can see because it's too dark. There are a couple ceiling lights from this pack. We have the disco ball, which I'm most excited for. And these are just luminous lighticles. Okay. That's kind of an interesting ceiling light though. That'll probably be nice for putting above like, I don't know, a kitchen island or like a dining table. I could see that working really nicely. Let's see what this thing looks like. Oh my gosh. You can make this colorful too if you want. Oh, that's really fun. Okay, the disco ball is good. I like that a lot more than I thought I would, I think. That is really cool. Okay, a couple more items. This is the Party Starters fog machine. So I don't know how that's gonna work. I guess it literally is just a fog machine. You know what? This thing, maybe not so much for parties, but people are gonna use this a lot for like special effects in builds because you can use that to have fog in like a haunted house. You know, there's a lot of different times that you could hide that away in a bush or something. I mean, imagine I like stick it out there and I kind of hide it in that bush. I let the game run. That's kind of interesting. You could totally use that. Again, I don't see myself putting that in my houses, but it's fun for a special effect and a special occasion. This is the Curve TV by Screensure. It's $3,000 and it's a state-of-the-art curved TV with a variety of background lights. I guess that's kind of fun. It also has no lights if you want to have it be plain. I haven't really thought about doing anything like that. I've kind of tried in the past to use the LEDs that we have, but the LEDs that we have don't really work that well for this. You can kind of see the lights on the back of it and how it works. I wasn't expecting this item either, but I guess that's kind of a cool feature. Then we have this Good Vibes wall speaker, and this thing is honestly really helpful. We don't have a lot of like simple plain speakers like this. A lot of the speakers we do have are really big and just kind of unrealistic. This makes a lot more sense. I can see myself using this speaker all the time. Then we have this new bar, and this is oh, interesting. Can you slot bar stools to that or no? There's not really an overhang for bar stools. Oh, they do still slot. Okay. That is just a really simple plain wooden bar. It has a couple fancy swatches, but most of it is just simple plain wood colors. That's a lot more useful than I was expecting too. I like to do stuff like this where I'll like tuck the bar into a corner, and this will work really nicely for that as well. This is maybe one of my favorite bars they've added in a long time. It's such a simple thing, but it's really nice. I like that a lot more than I thought I would. I was not really too thrilled about the idea of a bar being in this pack because I figured I wouldn't ever use it, but that one's really good. And then last, we have this new turntable. This is what I was most excited about. This is the new Faithful turntable. It's like a little record player table. Comes in a lot of nice simple wood colors. I love the records on top of them. That's so cute. And this is so much more realistic when it comes to like a music player in your Sims house. Because if you look at the other radios that are similar in size, we're looking at things like this item and this item, even like this thing. And those are all so big and like so modern, but this is just so much more realistic, especially with like the resurgence of record players and like record collecting these days. And it comes in so many simple colors. This is gonna be so useful. Okay, so that's everything from the pack. I think there's no new wallpapers or anything. I'll triple check. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, well, it's not a big pack. It's actually a really small pack. There's a couple of things that I'm really impressed by. I think specifically this invisible floor, the invisible dance floor is gonna be so huge to have. If I turn on some music, Stanley can come dance on that and you don't have to have some big ugly dance floor anymore. It's just normal and you can kind of dictate where the dancing happens. Think about wedding venues this way and stuff. I literally just built this like kind of garden-y wedding venue and I was struggling so much because I didn't want to have one of those big ugly dance floors in the garden. But this is great because you can make a custom one wherever you want. I really like the bar. I'm really impressed with that item. I'm obsessed with the record player. And I think I like this kind of interesting LED light strip on the wall. Oh, and the disco ball. The disco ball is cool too. And I gotta be honest, the cake stand, while it's not that effective gameplay wise for cakes, it is kind of cute to have a stand on the table. And you can kind of decorate around it a little bit better. Like if you wanted to, you could probably put a plant on there, right? Yeah, so if you wanted, you could make like a higher up sort of centerpiece or something. And that might be helpful for decorating wedding venues and having like a kind of fancy setup. I don't know. I like that. I'm impressed by that. It's a useful item. So in total, Party Essentials has 27 items in it. Our most recent build kit, the Castle Estate kit, this one looks pretty rough because you can't see everything in this panel. This was more of a build kit and not so much a buy mode kit like this one is. Modern Luxe is a bit more similar. Modern Luxe has 28 items in it, but a few of those are curtains and this curtain is like the same thing 4 times, right? Because it's just different sizes and different sides. So comparatively, this kit is very similar in amount of content to everything else. The only problem that I'm having with it right now is I just struggle to see why most people would want to buy this. It feels kind of like a real mishmash. Oh, I missed something. Hold on, we have this fiber optic garland. Oh, interesting. They weren't kidding about it being fiber optic, were they? Everything glows. Oh, you can't change the color. So you have to pick it from in-game. You can change the color to be any color in-game. It's cool how it's like 3-dimensional. I guess it's kind of weird that it like comes out a little bit. It kind of has to be up against the ceiling for it to not look like it's floating, huh? I don't love that item. It's an interesting thought. I'd rather have like more normal looking fairy lights and not garland with LED strips. This is like the pack of LED lighting. Everything's LED. Well, I was gonna say that I just don't really see why most people would buy this because it's obviously nice to have more party things. I feel like it's helpful to have more to decorate for birthday parties and stuff. A few of these items feel like they kind of have a multi-purpose sort of function. Most of this stuff I don't really need. Like, to be completely brutally honest, I could do without the stack of chips and plates. And I could do without this butterfly thing that kind of has a weird texture in game. I don't really need the yogurt dispenser. Like, it's fun, but it's not like a must-have to me. I think a very specific kind of person is gonna be interested in buying this pack. Maybe a builder who loves special effects and will benefit a lot from the LED lighting and the fog effects. Maybe a Taylor Swift fan who wants a disco ball because they're a mirror ball. This is gonna sound weird, but I think most of the time, a lot of the kits are almost a little bit too cohesive. It's like a set to do a very specific type of bedroom. For example, I don't know, this one just feels like a whole bunch of stuff. It's like party clutter, and I just don't really feel like I need that. I think if you buy this, you will enjoy the things that you're getting, but I feel like I would recommend that you buy a different kit instead of this one if you're gonna get just one kit. And kits are so personal, the kind of stuff that you like, because they're all so niche and so specific, but I personally would probably pick a kitchen pack instead, like the country kitchen kit, because having a full kitchen set is just a lot more useful long term than like some random party decor. The pastel pop kit is my favorite kit. This has a ton of decorations and bedroom furniture, but you might have a different style, you might love a different kit instead. I just don't know if this would be my like top choice. I'd probably rank this one pretty low in terms of the kits. I'm always looking for things to be versatile and like usable in different ways, and most of this is very specific and not really stuff that I feel like I need. So I'm glad I have it. I'll play with it. I'm gonna do some builds with it this weekend, but I'm not thrilled. I will say I'm a little bit pleasantly surprised because I thought I was gonna like it less than I do. There's a couple items in here that I'm like really pleased by, but for the most part, it's kind of just fine and there, you know? So that sucks. It's kind of just a sort of kit. And I think I normally have a more positive reaction to the build kits when I do these sorts of reviews, but even from the initial reveal, I was way more interested in the cast one of these two. So I'm gonna go close my game and see if I can get that one installed now. Hopefully it decides to work this time, because I'm a little bit nervous. It took forever to prepare. I think it's working. Okay, that was like basically instantaneous. Why did it take so long before? All right, well, let's pop back into the game and we'll go through the Urban Homage kit next. Oh, Okay, Origin is not installed and is required to play your game. Please reinstall Origin. So you killed Origin, EA, if you kind of forgot about that. It doesn't exist anymore. I can't. Wait, preparing game. Okay, maybe it's fine. Why is this happening? Also, I just got an email from EA about the creator codes being down. So they were broken. It wasn't just me earlier, but they fixed it now. And because there was some downtime, they're actually offering double commission for the next 48 hours. So if you do use somebody's creator code today, they're gonna get 10% instead of 5%. So I cannot recommend enough that you please use somebody's creator code if you're gonna buy one of the kits. Or if you buy any pack ever, just please use a creator code. It doesn't have to be mine, just use somebody's and support a Sims creator. It's great because it's free for you, you're already buying the pack, and then EA just makes less money and a creator gets it instead. We finally have the Urban Homage kit installed though, so we can actually take a look at this stuff now. It says, strut boldly into the now with iconic styles from the Sims 4 Urban Homage kit. Simmer EBONIX collaborated on every detail of this collection, which features expressive colors, striking patterns, and accessories that inspire confidence. And the two main features are styles for the city. It says these modern looks are inspired by a time and place near and dear to EBONIX. They're bold, unapologetic, and reflect a style EBONIX wanted to share with the Simmer community. And forward-facing throwbacks embrace a medley of standout colors and lively patterns. Iconic graffiti shirts, a bright bodysuit, and glamorous nails are just some of the options your sim has for self-expression. And this pack is specifically inspired by London in the early 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and I guess more than that, also just EBONIX's personal style. I'm trying to avoid looking at the icons because I want to see it in game first. I'm gonna test this out on my sim April from my Legacy Challenge, who also unfortunately literally just died of old age. We'll go through all of the feminine cast first. Oh my gosh, this is a bodysuit. We don't have anything like this yet. We have a couple of bodysuits that fit more like swimsuits, but this is a new cut for us. We haven't seen anything like this just yet. That's really cool. And also very trendy right now. I really like these patterns. That's really fun. This one is cool looking. I like that color scheme. And then we have this kind of oversized t-shirt, which we also don't really have much of. This is that graffiti top that they were talking about in the description. I love the freezer bunny. That is so fun. And it comes in a couple more simple patterns as well if you're looking for them. We also have this jersey, which is kind of cool. And we actually don't really have all that much stuff like this either. I am obsessed with this one. This color is super cute. We got this kind of adorable cropped jacket. I'm gonna give her some pants real quick. Hold on. I feel like I can't see the full vibe unless she has pants on, but this looks like a matching set actually. So we have a nice light denim color, but also a few additional colors as well. And we don't really have that many items that are this cropped, so that's kind of a fun thing to have access to as well. I like the bright colors a lot. We got this kind of cute cropped tank top as well, kind of with that same graffiti vibe. Oh my god. The fact that something this simple, we still don't have anything like this. This is just a nice, simple cropped tank top. That is so good. I'm gonna use this all the time. This is so cute. We also have this top as well. It has kind of like cool mesh around the top and arms. I really like the cut of this, and it comes in so many good colors. Like that bright yellow. I don't know if we have like basically anything in that color right now. This shirt kind of reminds me of one of the ones from Dream Home Decorator. Let me actually check that. Yeah, this one. This is kind of similar, but not really the same thing at all. This cut of a shirt is really trendy right now. I feel like I see so many people online wearing stuff like this. So it's not a problem that we have something that's kind of similar. I really like the texture with the ruffle and like the sleeves. That is so cute. They do come in a lot of those same color schemes, like that bright yellow for the most part. I like this pattern as well. Then we've got this top with kind of a simple jacket on top. Ooh, I like that blue one. I'm always looking for things that'll work for Not So Berry. I'm like, ooh, mint Not So Berry challenge. I really like the pinks and purples as well. Of course, it has a plain white and a plain black version. We have a nice yellow. Oh, I really like the yellow. I think the yellow are my favorite versions of all of these clothing items so far. This item is a dashiki, and this is really cool. This is one of those items that was talked a lot about on social media and in EBONIX's interview. But basically, she was saying that the first item of CC that she ever made was a dashiki. She talks a lot about how she got into making custom content to kind of fill a void of stuff that she felt was lacking in the game. And so she wanted to have this because it was important to her personally. So she made one for herself, started her whole CC journey, and now she gets to collab officially with EA on an official official pack and then have one made officially in the game. And I just think that's a really special story. So like how cool and full circle to have it now be officially in The Sims because of her. And then lastly, for the feminine frame tops, we have this butterfly top, which is absolutely iconic. When I saw this in the cast screenshots, I was like, that's the one. That's the top. This is so cool. And the textures are good too. You see the ribbons in the back? Sometimes they'll just like paint the ribbons on. Those are 3D, which is big. We don't really have anything like this either, so I'm pretty excited about this one. As far as pants go, there's 5. We have this kind of simple skirt with a belt. I think that looks really good with the butterfly top, actually, believe it or not. I kind of love that. We also got these pants that are kind of laced up on the sides, which is amazing. I think that's gonna match really well with this shirt. We also have these new shorts that are covered in patches like this. And this is kind of cool because you see how the number changes? She was talking about how those numbers are all people in her life's birthdays. So like her loved ones, she has their birthdays on the little shorts. I just think that's so cool and so special. Oh, I like this pink and blue one a lot. That's pretty fun. And it even has some references to like Brightchester and Foxberry. Oh, actually, they're all Brightchester and not Foxberry. So I think we know where her loyalties lie. I don't like Foxberry either. I get it. Okay, we also have these nice sweatpants, and that's gonna match this top perfectly. I love how many matching sets there are. It's so nice to have things that actually match in this game. It seems like such a simple thing, but honestly, it's kind of hard to achieve. So I'm really glad. And then last we have these jeans, and those jeans also match this top perfectly. And they come in a bunch of really fun colors as well. We don't really have that many colorful pairs of pants in this game, so I'm kind of into that. There are no feminine full body outfits, but there is a masculine one, so I'll come back to that. I want to look at the shoes really quickly because we have these really nice heeled boots. Again, we don't have a lot like this in the game, and these are really cool. What a fun pattern. And it comes, of course, in a plain black, so you can use it really easily. We did also get a couple pieces of jewelry. So we have this new ring set. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's small, so I'll zoom in real fast. This is how the rings look. That is so fun. They've been like killing it with the jewelry recently. I feel like we didn't get jewelry for so long, and then all of a sudden we're getting so much more stuff. So you have that same ring set for both hands if you want it. And then we also got this new set of nail polish, and look at the tips on that. How cool. It comes in a few different swatch variants. It's always nice to have more nail polish sets, and I love how they have like the gold and silver accents on them. There's actually a whole bunch of accessories in this pack. We also have these nose piercings in a lot of different metal colors. We also have these amazing earrings, and I couldn't really tell from far away because in those screenshots you can see the hoops, but you can't really see what else is going on. If you look up close, there's little hearts on them. Look at how pretty that is. And I feel like I remember reading in the interview that EBONIX has these earrings in real life. So we're kind of like mimicking the real life ones that she has. And then last, we also have this beautiful necklace. We don't have a lot of big chunky necklaces like this, and I don't think we have any word necklaces. So we have a lot of like Simlish text on this one, which is kind of a first for us. Oh, look at the pink one. That's fun. It comes in like a plain silver and a plain gold as well. And then I believe the last thing is this new head wrap that we've gotten. It's been a long time since they've given us anything like this, so it's always nice to have more of these items. And look at how beautiful the patterns are on this. It also has a few plain swatches if you're looking for something more like that. And I want to really quickly go in now and show you all the styled looks so we can kind of see how they've paired stuff together. It looks like there's 2 styled looks total, and they both have a few swatches. So here's the first one. Ooh, I like that red one a lot, actually. We've got this kind of cool purple and yellow vibe, and then we have this all brown one as well. And then the second styled look has the butterfly top, which is kind of iconic. And these are all the different variants of that one too. And that, I think, looks really nice together. I love how well everything matches. That's so cool. So that's all of the feminine frame stuff. I want to pop in and show you the masculine stuff too. It looks like they have a little bit less. We have 6 tops for masculine frame Sims. We have this one first, kind of like a nice vest item. It also comes in some kind of fun colors, lots of like matching stuff to the other items. We have that same graffiti shirt that we had for feminine frame Sims. I really like the freezer bunny. I bet that was kind of fun for them to get to design. It's fun to have those little nods to Sims things. We also have that same jersey and all the same swatches. We have the dashiki again, obviously. We've got another vest with long sleeves under it this time. Ooh, I like the purple one. That's kind of fun. I also kind of like this orange. Normally orange is like my least favorite color. Orange and red I'm not super into, but I've been liking a lot of the orange swatches on these clothing items too. You can see I left it on orange for 3 of them. We got some more nice dark colors too. And then last we have this kind of like nice jacket item. Oh, the bright pink is really fun. I like that one the best, I think. The bright pink and also this nice like dark green color. As far as bottoms, we have those same shorts again. We also have this new pair of pants, and this one is kind of cool. I really like the patches they've added in. There's some really pretty colors on this one. And then we have these pants too, just some more simple ones that come in all matching swatches, so you can wear the matching sets if you want to. They don't have any shoes. Of course, you have the same rings and the same nail polish. We can access all that same jewelry as well. And the masculine frame Sims did also get a full body outfit. So we have these kind of cool overalls over a hoodie. That's actually really nice. I don't know if we have anything like that. We do have some overalls, but they're like from eco lifestyle and cottage living, so they're kind of a different vibe. Those are like cottage core more so, which is a completely different style. And then as far as styled looks go, we have two for masculine frame Sims. We have this one with the shorts, and then we also have this one as well. And that, I think, is everything in the new kit. I'm gonna go out real quick and look at the menu just to be sure. Sometimes I miss things, as we know. So the Urban Homage kit in total has 29 new items, and it looks like we got through all of them. In comparison to more recent kits, the Goth kit, for example, actually only has 24. The Poolside Splash kit has 29 items, and the Grunge Revival kit only has 25. So comparatively, Urban Homage is kind of a big cast kit. After looking through all of this, I will say I'm really impressed by all of the accessories in this pack. I love the shoes, and I really like this bodysuit. I think just because I wasn't expecting the bodysuit, I was really pleasantly surprised by it. I love how pretty much everything is a part of a matching set, but also all of the items match each other, so you can kind of mix and match a little bit. When it comes to like Sims clothing, it's really helpful to have that because you can make it work in more than one way. They could have made them all full body outfits, but instead they're separate pieces, so you can kind of customize a little bit more. It's a really nice pack. I'm never a huge fashion kit person though. I say in every single cast kit review that like, it's really nice, I'm not really into cast, you know? So I will absolutely use these things. I just don't think it's my favorite kit of all time, but no Create-A-Sim kit ever will be, because I'm always gonna pick having like a new kitchen set over some new clothing. And it's hard to review stuff like this too, because it really comes down to your personal style. Like you might love this and hate the Goth kit, or you might love the Goth kit and not really care about this one. So it comes down to you and how you play and what your Sims are like. I can see myself using this stuff a lot more than the Goth kit stuff, and I'm sorry to keep comparing them. It's just like the only tool that I have to accurately review this thing is to think about the other kits in comparison. But overall, I like this one. If you like Create-A-Sim kits, you'll probably also like this one. The only issue I see really is just that it's kind of lacking in the masculine clothing department, but pretty much every Sims pack ever is. But also, this is EBONIX's kit, so of course she's gonna focus more on things that she wants for like her Sim self, you know? So I think in this instance, they kind of get a pass on that. I think it's okay in kits to kind of narrow into a certain focus, but for example, we got that entire modern menswear kit, and that's okay, so I think that this is okay too. But I think that covers everything from this kit release day. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm curious to know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on these kits. Are you excited? Are you not so thrilled? What do you think about the party kit specifically? Because I really am not so sure about that one. I am gonna be live on my Twitch channel tonight building with that party kit just to kind of put it to the test. So if you want to come by, I'll link my Twitch streams down below. My name's just lilsimsie on there. I'm also gonna link all of EBONIX's stuff down below. And I am begging you, please, 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 if you buy this kit, please use EBONIX's creator code. At least use somebody's creator code, but I'd really urge you to use hers to support her. I'll put that down below too, so you can just copy and paste if you need to. And if you liked this video, I always make content like this about new Sims packs and Sims news and stuff like that, so make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss the next one. Stay tuned for tomorrow because we'll play with the kits a little bit more, and I'm gonna catch you all later, okay? Bye, everybody. If you are also excited about Taylor's new album tonight, I am gonna be live until midnight doing a Taylor Swift waiting room countdown. My Twitch is linked down below.